everybody, it's your old pal Rob. How you doing, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great day. So I've been getting a ton of email and a ton of contacts over the last day or two, which was just bizarre in a way. So I wanted to make this video and clear something up. There is a rumor or something going on, or something happened on Tom's chat that said that I was saying that I was going back to the Dice Tower to be a contributor. Let me preface it, and I'll go into a bit of a story here, so you guys can get a full picture of this. Number one, I would love to go back to the Dice Tower. It was some of the best times I've ever had in board gaming, was working with Tom and everything else. The reason I left was because at the time he had cool stuff for Cool Stuff was a main sponsor of his, and I had Miniature Market. It was a conflict of interest. Not only that, I probably could have done some things a little bit better. You know, back then, I viewed things kind of like sports. I wanted to win at all costs. And I wanted Dice Tower to be the best of everything. I was just, I saw everybody else as an enemy and only the Dice Tower as a supreme thing. And I felt that, with my job and everything ramping up and everything like that, and the conflict of interest, I didn't want to cause any problems for Tom, is the only reason I left. I love Tom. I think Tom is one of the smartest guys in this business. This guy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And if Tom wanted me back, I would go back in a heartbeat. But at no time did I ever say that I was going back to the Dice Tower as a contributor. I never said that. Have I always said I would love to go back? Especially now that Sam's back. And, Sam and I were as close as can be. We were roommates at every convention there was. I really, really enjoyed my time, and I learned so much from that man. There are things that he said back then that I didn't understand until I started to get my own channel and started to do things. And every time I would run into some kind of stumbling block, I would go, oh my God, Tom said that. He's always been so right. And it wouldn't make sense at the time, but it makes sense down the road. He would tell me certain things and we would talk. I mean, this is a guy that's very family orientated, which fits this channel. I've always tried to be very family orientated. I don't know why I can't talk today. Maybe because I need a sip from the old thing here. But I loved doing my painting videos for them. I loved doing things with Sam. I loved doing the war games. And if he ever needed anything from me, I've never stopped or I've never said no. And I would go back in a heartbeat. I would love to be part of the Dice Tower. But we have not had a conversation. As a matter of fact, the last time we talked was because I was so sick with COVID over the last 4 years. The very first convention I went to was Dice Tower East last year. And it was nice. I ran into him. We had a nice conversation. It's amazing how quick and time goes by, and how everybody's grown up and in college, and we've got grandkids and all these other things. And it was just nice having a nice talk with them. We took a couple pictures together, and really just it was just nice. Recently, the last contact that I've had with Tom, he asked me to do something for his top 100. where the top 100 of the year, I believe. But you know, I would do anything for Tom. Tom, especially with you see the landscape of how board gaming contributors are nowadays, where it's all shock value and stuff like this. And here's a guy that just stays the course and does the right thing and does things where it's all about people playing games and coming together and enjoying themselves. He's got 2 wonderful conventions that are just, you know, glorious. He's got a wonderful staff. When I was at the Dice Tower, everyone was so gracious. You know, people that I never even think knew me came up and told me how much they enjoyed, you know, watching the channel here and there. It was very, very. Not too many people do it better than Tom, and I just don't think people acknowledge him for all the things that he's contributed and all the things that he's done for board gaming. You know, a lot of people go, Will Wheaton. Well, Will Wheaton did one and a half seasons of a show that he kind of goofed up the rules half the time, you know, and had celebrities playing board games. Did that help board gaming? Sure did. But you cannot tell me, and you cannot sit there and look on the other side of the screen and tell me that Tom isn't one of the major reasons that board gaming is the way it is today. Okay? From his very humble beginnings all the way, you know, to growing this monster Dice Tower corporation. And it is a corporation. And how strong, and no matter what happens, who leaves, whether it was Dan, or Chaz, or this one, or that one, no matter who leaves, it never hurts. Even when Sam left, he reinvents himself, and that tells you the longevity to go. I mean, some YouTubers don't even last. Don't even last. It's an average of 3 to 4 years. They get frustrated, they give it up. It's very unusual for a YouTube influencer, board game reviewer, whatever you want to call yourself, unboxer, you know, however you want to deem yourself, to really last. Because it is impossible to grow to the lengths of a Dice Tower, and you know, or watch it played or whatever. The way he has managed people, the way he has done things, there's just nobody better. And board gaming would not be the way it is for him. I've screamed from the top of my lungs that Board Gaming Hall of Fame should put Tom in there, along with Richard Launius and a couple other people that I really believe that should be in there. Why? Because we wouldn't be where we are without those people. We wouldn't be celebrating board games the way we are. These guys paved the way for so many influencers, so many YouTube channels. Heck, I wouldn't even be where I was if it wasn't for Tom Vassell. Okay? And to go back there, I mean, one of my biggest regrets was leaving. I would go back in a heartbeat. But at no time, and I do mean no time, have I gone around saying, yeah, I'm going back to the Dice Tower. Okay? Because Tom and I haven't talked about anything about it. Okay? And at no time do I even recall saying that I'm going back. Have I said I would like to go back? Yes. And I've said it here for the last how many minutes that I've filmed this video. But at no time did I say that. I mean, that's kind of embarrassing, saying that you're going someplace and then never to even talk to Tom about it, that it's kind of presumptuous. No, I never said that. So I wanted to clear that up because I'm getting hit with a ton of emails and voice messages from people. Oh, you're going back? Oh, you're going... I go, what? But if I was asked to come back, I sure would. I sure would. It was a fantastic experience and some of the most happiest times I've ever had in board gaming and going to conventions and stuff like that. See, even the bell rings the minute I said it, so that's the truth. So again, at no time did I say that, and Tom and I have not spoken about it. It's not that we don't speak. He's busy doing his thing. I'm busy doing my thing. Would it fit now? Yeah, sure would, because I work from home now, and I finally have time to concentrate on things, and yeah, it would be nice, but at no time or has there been any offer for me to go back. So I just wanted to clear that up. Thank you so much. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.